Hey guys, Chaz here, and as I said I'm going to be doing my review of the PlayStation 3 Bluetooth keyboard. Now, this thing is actually quite small. Sorry if there's glare, but you can't really see it otherwise. But yeah. So the thing is, it is actually quite small. Now, there are some good things about it, there are some bad things about it, as with all products, but this thing is actually quite good for the price you pay. Now, it does clip onto the PS3 controller, so it's going to be easy for you to use if you have big hands. I mean, if you have small hands, it's not really going to be much use to you unless you have a tight grip, really. But anyway, I'll show you the controller. So here is my controller, and basically all you do is you flip the clip up here at the back, and you just make sure that it's hooked over the back of the controller firmly, and make sure that both clips are in place. And yeah, that's really it. It's on. This sucker is not coming off. No matter what you do to it, it will not come off unless you unclip it from the back or you forcibly just pull it off. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. But anyways, it is a nice layout of the actual keypad, because it doesn't get in the way of any of your buttons. It doesn't get in the way of any of the the joysticks. It doesn't get in the way of any buttons on the D-pad or the buttons here. I can't remember the name. You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't get in the way of these buttons. The shape buttons, triangle, square. You know. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah. So it doesn't get in the way of these or any of the face buttons. It does not get in the way of the shoulder and trigger buttons up here. As you can see, it's still quite flush with the whole entire thing, so I mean, you don't have to worry about that. It's not going to interfere when you have your fingers around the back here. So as you can see, you still have access to your mini USB slot, so you don't have to worry about if your controller dies. You can still charge it up, which is a very good feature, I think, seeing as my controller is always dying and it really needs to be charged up quite a lot. So once I've got this keypad on, I can still charge the controller up, which I think is really good and a useful feature that should have been on there, which is, thank God. But yeah, so now we're going to actually get to the keypad itself. I will take it off the controller for now. So all you do to take it off is just unclip it at the back and it will come right off. But anyways, as you can see, it does have the PS button and the start and select buttons. Sorry if this is getting a bit blurry, but it's because of the light. I can't really get good lighting here otherwise. So yeah, it does have access to the PS button, the start and select button over the controller, so it will just slot over these nicely and you can actually still use them. So yeah, you will still be able to use your PS select and your PlayStation button select and start buttons. Now, it has all the functions of a general QWERTY keyboard, so I mean, you're not going to run out of anything to do on this thing. I mean, it has the escape up here, the caps lock and the tab. It has two shift keys, one over on the left and one over on the right. It has the return key or enter key. It has the backspace. It has all the number keys 1 through to 0 up here. And you know, it has the original letter layout of a normal keyboard, so you won't get confused. Spacebars down here, the left and right arrow keys are down here. It does have, if you hold down shift, it does show you other symbols on here. I don't think you can really see them. You might be able to, but it does have other symbols if you hold down the shift key, so you do get quite a lot, not all, but you do get quite a lot of the functions of a regular keyboard. Now, there are some other good features about this. I will show you these two in a second, these three buttons in a second. So what you do is, the on button is here on the side, the power on and off button, you switch it on and to actually connect it to the PS3, you press this button here and the lights will come on and it will be connected. And you just want to turn it off, you just flick the button down. So when you first plug it in, it'll ask you to sync it, and well, it won't work unless you actually pair it up with the PS3 itself. So you do use the mini USB to USB cable that you got with the PS3 that you use to charge your controller up with. So it doesn't come with a cable, but it's not really essential because you'll have one anyway. If you lose it, then you're basically screwed. So, but anyways, I will get to showing you these functions of the actual keypad now. So I'm just gonna set my controller up, my camera up at my TV. So just give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay guys, so as you can see, we now have the keypad here, and what I want to do is I want to show you these three functions of these three buttons down here at the bottom of the keypad. So let's just move our XMB to somewhere over here. Now what these functions do is, these are really useful functions if you need them. So let's try and get a good angle on this phone. What this button here will do is take you to your friends list. So if you watch the screen, you'll be able to see when I press it. Oops, I didn't turn the keypad on, that would help. So turn it on, pair it up, and it should be synced up now. So we just press the button right here and it will move us. See, it does create a bit of lag the first time you use it, but if we go back and we press it again, it does go back to the friends list, which is pretty cool. This button here on, oops, it's gone out of focus, sorry guys. Okay, sorry if it's out of focus, but anyway, this button over here will take you back to if you want to send a message, so it will send you to your message box on the PS3. So let's press this and you'll see what happens. So there you go, you have your message box up now, so you can quickly send a message. Now the last feature I'm going to show you on this keypad is this. Now this little thing is the mouse function. Yes, you heard it right, this keypad has a mouse function. Now it's not the best mouse function in the world. It is a bit laggy at sometimes, and it only really works half of the time, probably not even that. So all we'll do is we'll just switch it on by pressing the button. There will be a green light on there. You won't be able to see, but all you do is you just swipe your finger across the keypad and the XMB will move. You can also use this for a mouse in the web browser, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can move it along, and yeah, I mean sometimes it doesn't work all the time, and it does go back a few spaces on the XMB, like there, it does lag out a bit, but otherwise it does work very, very well. And like I said, you get what you pay for, and you know, it does work for what it is, and it does work pretty well. But if you're going to be using this primarily for a mouse, really, then I'd stick with the PS3 joypads, because they do work a lot more than this mouse does on here. So if you're buying this for the mouse, please don't, because it won't be nearly as good as the mouse function on the actual joypad controller. So anyways guys, that is really all there is. If you're buying this primarily for a mouse, which I doubt you would be, then stick to using the mouse on the joypad, because it will work a lot better than the mouse does on this. As you saw, it did move back a few spaces on the XMB after I went a certain direction, but that's really all it does. It lags out quite a bit when you're using the mouse, but the keyboard is fine. The keyboard is absolutely fine. There's no problems with the keyboard so far I've had, and yeah, it is a really good keyboard. I think I will actually be using this quite a lot. So if you do want to get it, I do recommend actually buying this, because it is a really good piece of equipment. If you use the PlayStation 3 keyboard, I mean like the on-screen keyboard a lot, then this will save you a hell of a lot of time and effort, and it will just make typing messages a lot easier and really a lot more fun, because you have a lot more freedom to do than keep pressing the shoulder buttons and everything to get the keypad to work on the screen. Anyways guys, that's my review for the PS3 clip-on Bluetooth controller keypad. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please rate this video 5 stars, and please leave a comment telling me what you think, and I will see you in my next review. So Merry Christmas guys, I hope you have a great New Year, and I will see you in my next video. So, see you guys.